Jim Rutledge. We all love ice cream. We all love ice cream. Jim Rutledge.
Climate change, Brexit, gun control, divisive issues that are tearing families apart and destroying friendships. We call it polarization, and it's not good for us. It's not good for our country. And can we agree? It's not good for our world. Do you remember Coca-Cola versus Pepsi? Or Chevy versus Ford, or IBM versus Apple? Those were disagreements, but we didn't get into fistfights over it. We didn't send out death threats. We just agreed to disagree without being disagreeable. My fellow Toastmasters and most wonderful guests, can we agree to take a step back into those less divisive Coke-Pepsi times? We should. We must. And now I'm here to show you how we can. I'd like you to take a 3x5 index card out of your pocket and, wait, you don't carry index cards around with you? Okay, well, look, if I can give a speech to an audience that I can't see, then surely you can imagine that you've got an index card in front of you. And on that card, we're going to make a list. We're going to make a list of the things that we love. And when I say we, I mean the big we. I mean the we around this whole world. And the first thing that's going to be on our list, number one, can you agree? Ice cream. We all love ice cream. Even if you're lactose intolerant, I gotta believe that you'd really like to have a great big bowl of ice cream in front of you right now. Now, we could argue about flavors. I happen to like ice cream that has crunchy things in it and maybe a caramel swirl. I'm not too fond of strawberry, but it's all ice cream, isn't it? And we love ice cream. So can we agree that ice cream then is number one on our list? Number two, I have a bias here and I have to confess to it because I'm from the Pacific Northwest. And there's something that I think just about all of us in the Pacific Northwest of the United States love. And that's mountains, especially snow-capped mountains like Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Hood, the Sisters, Mount Shasta in Northern California. They're all beautiful. And if you were to take a photograph to someone sitting in the middle of the Sahara Desert, someone who's never seen a mountain before, they would put their bowl of ice cream down and hold that picture up and say, wow, I love it. That's beautiful. Can we agree? Mountains. Number two on our list. Number three is a no-brainer. I believe that if I gave you 10 or 15 minutes to think about this, you would come up with it, or at least a few of you would. Number three is music. There is not a culture on this planet that doesn't have some form or forms of music that they enjoy. And in fact, if you were to ask an anthropologist to look back in time, they'd tell you that they'd be hard-pressed to find a culture or a society that didn't have music threads going through their daily lives. Music, like ice cream, lots of different kinds. I'm kind of partial to choral music and classical music and rock and roll and the Beatles. I'm not so inclined to like country or jazz, but that's okay. It's all music. And music deserves to be number three on our list. Well, now we have a list. What are we going to do with it? Some of you are way ahead of me. I think you know what we're going to do with it. We're going to take it onto social media. We're going to post it on Facebook and gram it on Insta and tick it on Talk and tweet it on Twitter. And it'll go viral. Oh, no, wait. Let's not use that word right now. It'll go global. And pretty soon, you're going to be driving down the highway and you're going to see a great big, beautiful billboard. And it's going to say ice cream, mountains, and music on it. And it's going to make you smile. Even when that guy in the Ford or the Chevy cuts in front of you. And next, some of us, I'm sure more than one of us, will be invited to go on television, to be on the Today Show or Good Morning America, maybe Morning Joe or Fox and Friends, to talk about ice cream, mountains, and music. And then some tickets are going to arrive in somebody's mailbox, maybe mine. And they will be airplane tickets flying me to Sweden or Norway or New Jersey or wherever it is that they give out the Nobel Prize. All right, my friends, that's a little bit silly, isn't it? Just a few minutes ago, we agreed that the subject of polarization was serious, and it is. And in fact, it's not ever going to go completely away. But my friends, I believe we have a way to talk to people about putting divisiveness back in their backgrounds and bringing things that bring us together to the forefront. Things like ice cream and music and mountains and dozens of other things that you can think of to put on your list. And then there's just one more thing to do. And that one more thing is to get on a pathway that takes us to a place where we can nail polarization to the wall, where we can take it down at least to knee level. So that, for example, if you're at a party, or you're in a car, or you're at church, or you're in a bar, and someone starts talking about building a wall, you're going to reach into your pocket. And then you're going to reach into your other pocket and pull out your 3x5 index card. And you're going to gently hold it up to their face. And you're going to say, ice cream, mountains, music, and for good measure, Toastmasters. Madam Toastmaster.